because I think it's a very emotional issue, abortion. And a lot of people don't understand it. There are women who are past their prime, can't even get pregnant, but you will see them out there screaming at the top of their lungs, almost resorting to violence, because it's a religious tenet to these people. And we have to understand that. I would stay away from these people all summer. If you hear about a protest in your city, I wouldn't engage. I'd go to the beach. Even on the social level, if it's not your friend or your family, don't involve yourself with a very, turbulent conversation about it. It's really not worth it.
Okay, so we are going to dive into the topic of whether there might be violence that comes about as a result of what the Supreme Court is doing in regards to Roe v. Wade. The only thing they seem to care about in the wake of that is, oh my God, the protests around the scooters, they're gonna kill someone. And of course, nothing has happened. There's just been some people with some signs that has been literally, they're exercising their actual rights to freedom of speech. And they're not doing any of the terrible things that were predicted were gonna happen. But that said, it is not impossible that violence could come about. So we're gonna turn to that in just a minute. But first of all, Jessica, I wanna just briefly touch on 3 aspects of what he said there. So first of all, I love his final point is don't engage in the conversation. It's turbulent, don't talk about it. That is definitely what you would say to your side if you believe that they had the moral and persuasive high ground on this issue. He's saying like, no, this is gonna be rough over the next few months because people really don't support our position. So check out, don't get involved in that. And then also, he said, it's a religious position on the left. They're the ones who are approaching this dogmatically. And also, why would you listen to a woman who is past her prime? Some woman who's all dried up, can't even reproduce anymore. She wants to tell us what rights people should have. So what do you make of all this?
Yeah, on the point of the woman being old and not being able to have a baby or whatever, it's like this guy can't imagine someone caring about an issue that doesn't personally affect them. But that's not even really the case here, because very likely the person he's talking about was able to have kids for a portion of their life, and this was something that potentially impacted them. But it's really the perspective that, like, why do you care about it if it might not affect you, which is really what Fox News pushes a lot. And then saying it's a religious tenet when most of the people advocating for banning abortion are white Christian nationalists. They're doing this because it's in the Bible. That's what they say, that it's a part of Christianity. And so it's just ridiculous. The hypocrisy is so apparent. And that's probably why he doesn't want them to engage with other people, because maybe if they have a conversation, they'll point out how weak the narrative is on the other side.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely a big switch. Normally, aren't they the ones saying that like you're supposed to debate literally everything? Like all politics is supposed to be, one person who will never shift on their position yelling at another person who will never shift on their position. Isn't that like the height of politics, according to people like Ben Shapiro and all that? Now it seems turbulent. You should probably just avoid the whole thing. You're not going to be popular, by the way. I mean, everybody agrees with you, but you're really not going to be popular if you hold this position. So just keep it to yourself. And I do love they cannot wait on basically every issue to tar the other side as having a religious position. They consider religion to be this great thing, but it's also their go-to smear. Really weird. I'm an atheist. It doesn't offend me. I don't have a religion. I don't want a religion. I've considered some of them. I don't find them persuasive. But I love that the religious consider it to be such a weak position that your politics would be informed by your religion. Weird that they have that position.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.